We focus on another very sad story. I'm talking here about the death toll from the 2026 winter initiation season, which has risen to 43, renewing concerns about the safety of initiates despite years of awareness campaigns and government interventions. Mpumalanga has recorded 18 deaths, the Eastern Cape 14, Northwest 4, Limpopo 3, Gauteng 2, and the Free State 2. Every year, families lose their young lives to dehydration, infections, assaults, and illegal initiation schools, raising difficult questions about accountability, cultural practices, and whether enough is being done to protect the initiates. We unpacked the crisis with CONTRALESA President Kgosi Lameck Mokoena. Kgosi Mokoena, thank you so much for your time. I suppose having had to deal with this issue, talking to you over the years on various platforms, I couldn't ask you what the problem is because it seems to be same old, and one wonders whether we will eventually win the war against this unnecessary deaths that affects our children year in, year out.
Thank you very much, leadership. Indeed, we are in this crisis mode, a crisis mode where we are losing these innocent young boys for no reason. I want to start by conveying our heartfelt condolences to the parents of these young boys who died so tragically. As Mpumalanga, it is so unfortunate because, as we said before, we are in this mess simply because of one of our own senior leader in the province who gave instruction that Ingoma owners or principals of those initiation schools must not allow doctors to come and assist for whatever reason. That's what caused those many deaths, because in 2 days we lost not less than 12 initiates. Indeed, we are saddened by this passing, and we are saying to those who refused those young kids to get help, they must be held accountable. And even the person who gave instruction, I think the law must take its course. That's where we are as the Mpumalanga and as CONTRALESA. We are so saddened. We just hope one day someone will listen, because as we suggested earlier on, that this legislation needs some amendment, because currently this legislation is not assisting us. Among other things, there is this provincial initiation coordinating committees, and even the national one at New York. All of those structures don't have teeth. They can't bite, my leader. Yes, we are so saddened indeed by the passing of these young boys at our schools.
I suppose for me, it's not enough to say one of our own without really mentioning who that person is. Point number two, I suppose it's also not enough for CONTRALESA to express hope that he or she will be held accountable. And I suppose you also, on your own, need to make sure, interact with the police or whoever else that needs to exert accountability on their part, even from your structures as CONTRALESA. If you can just give us the details. Who is this one of your own who said medical doctors can't participate in making sure that our children are safe? And have you interacted with the police, among others, to say, but this is a person that really should be held accountable for this?
I wish I can happily and freely name him, but he is one senior leader in the area of Nkangala. Because we're in contact with our police, they are busy investigating the matter. So revealing his name might jeopardize our case. Let's allow the police to do their work. But leadership, as long as this initiation school is run by politicians, we find ourselves in this mess. The question is, why was the Customary Initiation Act reduced traditional leadership into ceremonial monitors only? There was a time where, as a traditional leader, I had all the powers. If someone, for example, opened an illegal school, I will take my men or the troop, go in there and uproot it. and take the perpetrator, hand him over to the police. It was so easy. And people knew that if they try to have those schools that are illegal, the Kgosi or Kgosi will come in and really uproot this person. But the act as it stands, those powers have been taken away from traditional leadership, have been given to politicians. Politicians are the ones who can give directions, and from there, the structures that were formed, the ones that I referred to, the customary, the Provincial Initiation Coordinating Committee, those structures, unfortunately, as well, it is so diluted. In it, you find people who are not even initiated, who must talk about this initiation practice while they don't have any experience about it. Until and unless the act, my leader, is amended to accommodate traditional leadership and even to include many of our suggestions, because we said the act must be amended, we're trying to avoid things like this. Now, even if something can happen, my leader, all I can do is to phone the police. The police will also go to the prosecutor. The prosecutor, if depending on the mood, will take the case. If not, they will say, no, the case is not winnable. I can tell you now, in one traditional leader, there were 5 initiation schools that were illegal. The Kgosi went and opened a case. It ran until those initiation schools completed their session, while the case is not yet ahead. Hence, we are saying, bring those powers to our kings, queens, and traditional leaders. You'll see miracle. No one will really play with the lives of our young initiates, my leader.
I would have thought that these are serious discussions that from time to time you'd have with government. I mean, I've seen President Cyril Ramaphosa recognizing the traditional leadership, also talking about the importance of holding hands with yourselves. I've seen premiers also doing the same, and many other political leaders as well. I would have assumed that every time you get that opportunity as traditional leadership, you will engage them on those issues.
A very good question, a very educated question, my leader. Indeed, we engaged the presidents. I led a delegation of yes, I led a delegation of CONTRALESA to Masambadov. We went there and even presented our proposals. We met Minister Hlabisa. We presented our proposals. Went to Parliament itself. We presented our proposal to the Select Committee. Unfortunately, all our proposals, I suspect, are busy gathering dust because they were not taken. The act came out as was for, because our suspicion is that this legislation was crafted by a consultant, not someone who is practicing this initiation practice, my leader.
Well, let's leave it at that. And thank you very much, sir, for your time. We really appreciate it. We hope that the body count won't go up because oftentimes it does. But thank you, sir, for talking to us. That is a CONTRALESA President there, Kgosi Mokoena, talking to us about this very, very, very serious issue.